Good morning, Muscatine. I hope you're enjoying your Thursday. It's been a great week in Muskie sports so far. In case you missed it, Tuesday night, the girls swept Assumption 3-0. It was probably one of the most enjoyable games I've watched in I don't know how long. So if you didn't catch that, hop back out onto Discover Muscatine, check out, we've got a little 3-minute highlight clip, and you can watch the whole thing. We actually have a special guest in the audience today. We don't normally do this, but Angel Anderson, which is not mine, that's the other Chris Anderson's daughter, is visiting us this morning. So you may get to see her just kind of running around, hanging out, but that's one of the great things about local TV, right? Angel. I got a smile. I think there's a little bit of a yawn. And then, of course, this Friday night we have Muskie football. We'll be up at Iowa City West. We'll go live about 7 o'clock, assuming everything's on schedule up there, with a kickoff scheduled for 7:15. The Muskies are coming off a big win, and we should have what looks like a really fun game. Speaking of a lot of fun,
yes,
this is one of the newer events in Muscatine. It's like year 3.
Year 3, yep.
And if you can't tell by the big belt on the table, we're going to be talking about the food truck fight. And if you could introduce yourself real quick.
Yes.
And just kind of let everybody know quick, and because obviously I know you, but I don't know if everybody else does yet.
Awesome.
But just kind of give them a quick idea of like what all is going to happen on next Saturday.
Absolutely. So my name is Jacquelyn O'Briant, and I am the co-owner and producer of Food Truck Fight. This is our 3rd year in Muscatine, and the event is happening next Saturday, September 16th, from noon to 8 in Riverside Park.
Yep. So this is the nice thing, I always try and like give people like a little visual of like how to get there and what they're going to see.
Yes.
This is super easy. Drive to the riverfront, see a whole bunch of food trucks.
That's where you go.
Park, eat.
Yeah.
And drink. It's really that
all day long. Listen to live music. Yeah. If you just go where the big tents are, and you're headed in the right direction. Yep. Follow your nose.
Yep. And they'll be down. You guys are down
at the far end.
Far end.
Yes.
So like down like where Almost Friday Fest is.
Yes,
just
exactly.
Past the Red Brick Building, Pearl City Station. If we want to give its official names, Rich Cons, you're welcome. And you guys just kind of take over. This year, like the food truck list is always great.
Yes.
And last year Artie's won.
Yes.
Are they back?
They are back.
Of course they are.
This year is pretty cool because the first year that we were in Muscatine in 2021, Quickies Tacos took the belt. 2022, Artie's Ice Cream and Grill took the belt. This year, both of them are back, and they're fighting for this belt. And the interesting part too is that they're both from Wilton, Iowa.
Right.
And it's something I love about the food truck community is that this is a friendly competition amongst food trucks. But these food truck operators are, friends in business, and they've just become great friends over the years. And so it truly is a friendly competition, but
they're taking selfies. They're taking selfies, so we just had to like photobomb them. Sorry.
We're so sorry. We're not sorry.
We're not.
So yeah, it's going to be, we've got, in addition to those 2 former champions that are going to be in the park, we have a lot of people that are coming back, that are returning. Muscatine, one of my favorite things about it is we hand out the Hat Trick Award. The Hat Trick Award is for people that have participated in all 3 events in our summer series. So this is the 3rd food truck fight of the summer 2023 season. We were in Galena. 2 weeks later, we were in Bettendorf. We took like 6 weeks off. We needed a break. It's very exhausting.
I would think. Yeah,
yes.
I would totally think.
Yep, and so then we come out of the gate for this one in September, and we award these Hat Trick Awards, and it's for the people that have participated in all 3, and I think we have 5 of them this year that have followed us all over, the Midwest all summer long.
Yeah, so let's run down the list real quick.
Let's do it.
And just let's kind of give people a little preview of like what they are.
Love it.
So Dirty Bird 815.
They are from Illinois, and it's chicken. Got it. Okay. That's all I know about it. But it's good chicken.
Famous Dave's.
Barbecue.
That's easy.
Yep.
Just cheddar.
The best cheese curds that you will ever have in your entire life. And Dave Leahy, who owns that truck, has been participating for, I think, like 3 or 4 years now. My favorite thing about him is that my team gets hungry during the day, and randomly someone will run out of his truck and just like dump cheese curds in front of us in like these big piles in these little taco boats. It's great.
And a little side note. So I've gotten to judge several events like this, and I always tell the contestants beforehand, I am completely open to being bribed.
Yes.
Like whether it's ribs,
Yes.
whatever it's been. But the thing, you can't do that with you guys.
You cannot do that.
Because, my first instinct is they're jumping cheese curds all over, like, hey,
Yeah.
I want to win. But it
Doesn't work that way.
Everybody that comes gets to...
Attendee vote
Yep.
decides the winner who wins this belt. And so all over the park, there's going to be QR codes stashed all over, so you'll scan with your phone. We tally up the votes at 7 o'clock and immediately announce the winner. And something we've been doing this year that's like a little fun for our team is when I get the envelope of who the winner is, I have no idea who's written on that piece of paper. So it truly is a live announcement. And in Galena and Bettendorf this year, there was what you could consider an upset. The people that you thought were going to win actually took second place, and we had a new truck win first place in Galena, and then one of our two-time former champions took it again in Bettendorf this year after taking 1 year off. So,
wow.
Yep.
That's, okay, so we were at Just Cheddar, and then we
Just
got
Cheddar.
a little sidetracked.
Yep.
But Smokin' G's Barbecue.
So good.
So good.
Barbecue Mac. Have you had it before?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
amazing. Yes.
Copies Creations.
Copus Creations.
I was close.
They're my cupcake truck. You got to have a cupcake truck, and it's the most commonly seen thing leaving food truck fight. Everybody else hauls out just piles of cupcakes with them going home.
Totally makes sense.
It's amazing.
That's
yeah.
like road trip food.
Yeah,
Kind of messy road trip food, but still.
absolutely.
Quickies.
Quickies Tacos.
The box lunch.
The box lunch is kind of all over the place. They've got burgers, they've got chicken, they've got tenderloins, they've got anything and everything. It is, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, like aesthetically, it's the coolest food truck I've ever seen.
Wow, you're brave saying
I
that.
know,
Like,
I said what I said. It's painted like a diner on the outside.
That's
it's cool
actually,
looking.
It's funny that you mentioned, because like, as you're reading or listing those off, I'm thinking this is like diner food.
Yeah,
Like
it's
pull-up
diner food.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm picturing almost like one of those old like Airstream.
Yeah.
Like we used to have one down here on the riverfront that Phil Weiss did, that they did tenderloins and stuff like that out of this Airstream
Yeah.
sort of thing, and it's like perfect old like comfort food.
Yeah, and this
So-
truck, the box lunch, is big. It's a big, big truck. So I love watching them roll in. It's fun.
Cedar Valley Fish Market.
So good. They used to do these like shrimp wonton tacos. They're one of my hat trickers. They've been in all three of them. Something that I like about Food Truck Fight too is that we do a $5 feature item. So every single truck, in addition to the full menu, is going to have a $5 feature item. So you truly could bounce around, share with a friend, and eat as many trucks as you want to. Cedar Valley Fish Market, they crush when it comes to their $5 feature item. It's always different and it's always delicious.
That's awesome. Okay, so Cocina Verde.
Cocina Verde. This is
so
a good one. They are 100% vegan tacos. I know.
No,
so everybody, the look on people's faces
No.
when they're like, huh? So they park once a week at Crawford Brew Works up in the Quad Cities.
Okay.
And I like to go every week. You do not know that you're eating a vegan taco. The flavors are amazing. It's a family-run operation, so they've got their kids working in the truck.
That's
Their
awesome.
son works the window. He is one of the most charismatic individuals I've ever met. He's like this tall, so but he's
awesome.
wonderful. So
That's awesome.
it does fill a gap for us. We do, when we started this event, this is our 12th belt. So when we did this 12 times ago, it was one of the most commonly asked questions. Do you have any vegan or vegetarian trucks? And
Right.
this fills that gap. So I highly don't sleep on Cocina Verde.
That's, the amazing thing is obviously I'm not vegan. However, I have some friends that are, and so occasionally I'll eat specifically that way, and it's still great. Like,
Yeah.
you don't necessarily miss the meat. Now, like, if I was doing it all the time, I
Yeah.
probably would personally, but like, it's still amazing food.
I don't know how they pack the flavors into their tacos that they do. My favorite thing from them is this little taco flight, like a taco flight, and it's 3 different kinds of tacos in the same boat, and all
nice.
three. I cannot pick a favorite.
That's awesome.
Yep.
The Mediterranean Grill.
So good. He comes from Des Moines. He is a year 1 food truck fight competitor from back in 2017. And the gyros and the baklava have saved my life at many a food truck fight when I'm starving.
That's like, for me, like going to the fair, up at the Muscatine, because we're there all week.
Yeah.
And the gyros are just,
Yes.
you look forward to it. I don't care, like that's the first place I'm going because it's usually the only place you can get them. It's like at food trucks or whatever. Like it's not like, I mean, actually, let me take that back. Hang on. Waffle and Pancake House, I know has them, and they are really good. And Tony would absolutely kill me if and I actually get them fairly regularly.
Yeah.
But, but still, it's something different about getting it from a truck in the middle of wherever you are.
He leaves Des Moines, I think in Bettendorf. I heard he left Des Moines at like 2:30 in the morning just to make it on time. And the first year of Food Truck Fight, we were going to be, when we started this event, we were going to be excited if 1,000 people showed up.
Right.
This is when it was on the levee in LeClaire, Iowa. We were like, okay, if 1,000 people show up, this is going to be a good thing. 4,000 people showed up.
Nice.
And so trucks were not necessarily prepared for that kind of crowd. He left the event in the middle of the day and drove to a local grocery store, got more chicken so that he could make some chicken dish that he was making, drove back, and he was one of the last trucks standing because he had left in the middle of the day and gotten all that food. He's a very dedicated food truck operator.
At least now, in 2017 you couldn't do this, but now you could probably like DoorDash some of that stuff.
Probably.
Just like,
I need 40 pounds of chicken. Yeah.
Hy-Vee delivers, so I'm sure you could call Schweitzer and be like, hey,
there we go. Be on call next weekend, Hy-Vee.
Yeah.
We might need you.
And then Country Corner?
Country Corner, brand new participant. We've never seen them before. We do know that it is a veteran-owned and operated food truck, and I think their food is kind of all over the board too, so we're excited to see what they bring next weekend.
So the food's obviously the big draw. However, there's a really close number 2, which is you've got live music all day.
All day long.
Like your entertainment schedule, you've got like 3 different bands.
Yeah.
You've got balloons, face painting. You've got, what is Wags and Wiggles Doggy Zone?
It's so good. So people always ask us, can I bring my dog? And yes, we need you to bring your dog because this is my cry for help. Please bring your dog to Food Truck Fight because we need entertainment all day. So to keep our puppies safe and cool and happy while they're in the park, we have, it's actually Wags and Wiggles is a pet sitting and walking company out of the Quad Cities. I trust them with my own dog's life. They babysit Marvin for me, which proves a problem on Food Truck Fight Day because I need a dog sitter.
Right.
And they're in the park with me, so I have to find a new dog sitter. They bring treats. They bring little whipped cream doggy shots for the dogs.
Nice.
The best thing is that they bring a pool and we fill it with ice, and these dogs go crazy for this ice pool. They splash around, they toss the ice up in the air, sometimes they just lay in it. It's great.
I can only imagine, I know we've got 2 little Shorkies, and the highlight of their day is if the refrigerator tosses an ice cube on the floor.
One single cube.
Yeah,
yes.
they're just on it.
Yes.
I don't know why, but
My dog
sometimes
does
I'm
the
even
same
nice
thing.
and I'll just throw a second one down. And
Bring them next weekend. Are you coming to Food Truck Fight?
I think so.
Okay, I'd love to see you.
We've got, we might have football, I'm not sure.
Okay.
So, but if we don't, no, it's definitely on the agenda.
Great, love it.
It's, I mean, look at me, I'm not gonna miss a Food Truck Fight.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna happen.
You're gonna roll through those $5 feature items.
So, real quick, so it's $10 to get in?
$10 general admission. Kids 12 and under are free.
But you can buy them at the gate. You don't have to worry about.
Buy them at the gate. We've got 2 ways to get in. You can purchase your VIP tickets in advance at foodtruckfight.com. Or, and the VIP ticket comes with, you get a coupon for some swag, you get the sporks, you get the stickers, you get, I've got a partnership with the Merrill Hotel, and they're gonna put a coupon in there. Yeah.
It's upside down. I just realized, so this is the thing, if you watch the show regularly, you'd be amazed at some of the very simple things that I don't always catch on to right away.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, there's the spoon, and I'm like, then the fork's not gonna work. You just flip it over.
You don't need them both at once.
The fork work, yeah.
Unless you do.
Yeah.
I think there's a knife on the end of there too.
There is, yeah. I mean, you could probably even shiv somebody with this if you
Probably.
really needed to.
I don't even use
Not
real
recommending
silverware.
it.
Don't recommend it.
No.
Use your Food Truck Fight spork for good, not evil. But I don't even have regular silverware in my house anymore. I just use these. They're great.
Yeah, because I'm gonna guess you've got if your house is anything like ours, you have like tons of these.
They're
like,
everywhere.
And you've got like stickers on everything. Oh, geez.
All over the
You've
place.
got stickers on everything. Like from every event you do, there's like
Yeah.
funny little side story. So we did a color run for a couple of years down here called Colors for Kids. And we ended up with all these extra shirts, right? And my son was like little at the time. Like, I mean, this was 7, 8 years ago probably. He still wears the shirts because we had so many. He loves them.
So many
He
shirts.
absolutely loves them. He just gets the next size up and like all his friends are like, "Can we get those?" Like you wear them all the time, and so like you just like.
I don't even have a wardrobe either. It's only food truck. It's just a matter of which color I choose to wear that day. So I don't have any other clothes other than a food truck fight or any other event that my partner and I produce. It's those shirts.
Yeah,
So
it totally makes sense. Okay, so tell me about the belt.
the championship belt. It is a highly sought after belt. The fun part is that the trucks that have won multiple belts, and there's a couple of them, we've seen them actually build like these
Like
apparatuses to hold and display their belts within their truck. So
I absolutely like if I had a food truck and I won one of those, which there's no way either one of those two things is going to happen.
Yeah.
But if I did, what I would do is I would make like a little kiosk-y kind of thing.
Yes.
And I'd like build a little thing out that I roll it out like right in front of the menu.
Yes.
And put like, put it in like a little shadow
some
box
nice
with some lights.
backlighting.
Yeah. Oh
Yes.
yeah. And like probably even a QR code to the voting, like vote
Yeah.
here, get us another one.
feel how heavy this thing is.
Oh my,
Like-
geez. That's like a full belt. Like
It is a full belt.
WWE has nothing on you guys.
I put them on for fun and for photo shoots, and they literally, I'm like, oh man, this thing is heavy.
It is.
Of all of the things I design for these events, it is hands down my favorite design project. They started very simple, and then we've just kind of gone over the top with them.
That's awesome.
But I like them because every single belt that we did this year, it has the name, it had where we were. They all looked a little bit different,
Right.
but yeah, they're a fun. It's amazing what people will do to get this food truck fight belt. So,
Like, what
but
have you
again,
seen before?
it's
Like,
attendee.
I mean, like-
it's attendee vote. We have people that special make, signs. We have people that pre-promote on Facebook.
of
We have
course.
people that. Artie's a couple of years ago, maybe it was last year, they did their own little, not a commercial, but they just did this small little video of them training, and they were in a gym.
Oh, I saw that.
Yep,
I
Spear
did
had
see
them
that.
out like
Yeah.
pulling the truck.
Yep.
It was great. So the hype that these trucks generate in an effort to, win this belt and get people to show up it's really fun. It's a food truck event. Like, how can it not be fun?
Yeah, right.
So-
Like, again, you've got music. It's almost it's a similar but different recipe to almost Friday Fest.
Yeah.
You have music. You have good food. You have a riverfront.
Yes. I have a big old beer tent.
And a big old beer tent.
Yep.
You can't. Don't take this. You can't screw that up.
No.
Like for fun. Like
Yeah.
that's just what you need. right?
Exactly.
And throw in some stuff for the kids and the dogs, and it's just like.
Exactly.
Gravy on the potatoes.
It's
right?
wonderful. And we've got plenty of, we'll have tents set up because last year in Muscatine, it was a little bit heartbreaking because we did have some bad weather.
Right. I remember.
Yes, I was sad about it. I sat under the stage and shed a few tears. But then the sun came out for like 5 hours in the afternoon, and that was wonderful. And it's amazing how many people still showed up, even though the weather was a little crummy. But we have tents, we have tables, we have chairs, and we see a lot of people that bring in their own chairs because they camp out and they are staying there all day long.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
Now, see, like depending on how this all goes, like I could see myself bring a pop-up tent.
Yep.
Bring a couple of chairs and just hang out.
Eat,
like,
nap.
Eat,
Eat,
nap.
nap.
Yeah, like that's totally how.
Drink beer, nap.
Yeah. That might be a plan.
Yeah. If you don't have football, I'd love to see you.
Yeah, no. Let's see, so we've got the Muskies will be home Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we could even do? Maybe I just bring a projector down and we could replay the previous night's Muskie game on a thing. No,
There you go. Something I do have, we've got one of our sponsors, Rule and Rule Realtors. They haul in their giant, they've got this big Rule and Rule bus, and they haul in a trailer with TVs behind it. And so we will be broadcasting some football in the park that day too, so you don't have to miss out.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Okay, so here's going to be the big question.
Yes.
And I know there's going to be people I'm going to get a text about this.
Yeah.
Before I even ask it, I'll bet you my phone's going to have one. On those TVs, I'm going to assume you'll have Iowa. That's
I never know what they're going to broadcast.
Will Michigan be on? Will the Michigan game be on?
I don't know,
because
but
that will probably determine whether I'm there or not.
If that is the thing that is going to make you come to Food Truck Fight, I will move mountains to put that Michigan game on for you.
I am in. We can find a way to get it there. No, but guys, this is an absolutely great event. You can't, and what I love is, it's not just, I mean, it's from some from the area, it's some from further away. So you just get this nice mix of food options, some things that like everybody knows Artie's.
Yeah.
Like, you have stuff that you can, the hometown favorites, but then you can also get something new.
Yeah.
And it's just a blast. So
it is a great thing. It's a great thing for Muscatine too. We've got, all of our beer tent tips will be donated back into the community. We've got the chamber ambassadors that are going to be helping out at both of our beer tents. I added a second beer tent because who could go wrong with 2 beer tents? So both of our
That doesn't
beer
seem
tents.
like it would cause any problems at all.
I need it. The park is long. That's the thing about Riverside Park. It's very long, and having to walk all the way from over there to the beer tent. So we have another one.
And also, yes, it's a long walk, and if you put the beer tent in the middle, then you just, like, everybody, like, then there's just this mass and you can't get from one side. So 2 beer tents is the obvious answer.
2 beer tents. All tips from the beer tents going to the chamber ambassadors.
Well, that'll work.
It's going to be great.
So, holy cow. So, quick recap. Next Saturday, the 16th, noon to 8, down at the riverfront, $10 to get in. You can get them at the door. You can get them online now. You can get the VIP tickets online now.
VIP tickets online now?
It's literally super easy. It's like, whoa. It's like literally like, I can't even hit the button. It's like literally that
There you go.
easy.
But if you don't want, the VIP ticket is not necessary. It's just general admission the day of, and it is cash only, but we'll have ATMs on site for everybody. So yeah, $10. Show up, hang out.
Go check it out. It's foodtruckfight.com.
Yep.
And you can see, you just click on Muscatine.
Locations, click Muscatine, and all of the trucks are listed, all of the bands are listed, all of the kids' entertainment is listed. Once you're in the door, the kids' entertainment is free. So the balloon animals are Stilt Walker, and the people doing our face painting are the Muskie Palms.
Yeah, they do. So, interesting thing, shout out to the Muskie Palm girls, because every event in Muscatine that, well, I shouldn't say every, probably every event that has face painting is them, or maybe the cheerleaders sometimes, but they are at every event raising money to help do the things that they want to do, and Nikki Sand and Maddie do a great job with them, and they actually were running our fan cam at a game a couple nights ago.
I bet that was great.
So yeah, it's great group of girls. Come down and get your face painted. They do a great job too. Like,
they do an awesome job.
The kids love it.
And the kiddos love seeing them, especially the little girls. Once they find out that it's the Muskie Palms, they swoon over them.
They do. They're like little rock stars.
Yep.
So
they're famous. They're little local celebrities.
They absolutely are. It's amazing how that happens. Like the softball girls did that. They did like a signing thing for the younger girls after one of their games. They had this tape. There was like a line of probably like 70 girls just to meet the Muskie softball players. And I love it. I love that our teams do a great job of integrating in like that. Not that has anything to do with the food truck fight.
But it is something special that we do love about Muscatine. There's something special about this town, and we've always said it, where it just seems so community driven and community focused. And so I even tell my friends, people have made fun of me before because I'm always raving about Muscatine. They're like, why don't you move there? Like, maybe I would.
Maybe
I would.
And that's, it's crazy because, I've lived here my whole life minus college, whatever. And it's very easy for those of us that have been here a long time to kind of like not realize what all we really have here. And that's why we call everything Discover Muscatine, because it's not for other people, it's for us, right? Because there's so much stuff that like you see from the outside. Because it's not like you're like super far away. I mean, you're like,
no, I'm just up the road in the Quad Cities.
You're here all the time, but like we don't always see that stuff. And it's nice to hear that, because it is a concerted effort by a lot of us to make sure that people do remember all the good things that go on in Muscatine.
Yes.
And of course, no community is perfect, but we do actively try, and that's a lot.
And we can tell. We can tell that you guys are trying. But yeah, I encourage everybody, not only in Muscatine, but people come from all over the place. So I'm in a I'm always trying to get people from the Quad Cities to come down. And discover Muscatine. So I'm going to really, really, in this last week of promoting this, I am going to hammer home. Just give it a shot. Just give Muscatine a try.
Just say Discover Muscatine 1,000 times, because then when they type it in, they'll find our website and they'll literally see all the awesome stuff in Muscatine. So.
And I know I'm not supposed to say this. I'm going to say the last thing that I'm not supposed to say. Your riverfront is stunning and untouchable by any of the other riverfronts that we've ever done this event on. That park is beautiful. So it's like I can look at the river or I can look at Contrary Brewing, and I love both of those things.
Yeah, well, and then there's even like the hill that's like still natural trees and everything else. And you know, you can look up at the bridge, and chances are, it's, you know, MPW and Musco have got like some cool light show going on.
I submitted my request. Shout out to MPW.
Yeah, Erica was here. Like, they turned it purple and gold for the Muskies.
That's awesome.
For when they went back to school, and yeah, they were here last week. Kind of, actually, it was one of the things we talked about. And you know, again, it's just those little things I think that Muscatine has learned how to do well.
Yes.
That just like, okay, lights on a bridge. Okay, fine, that's cool, but like, color coordinated to things going on in the community, like during the holiday stroll, it's red and green and white. Like that's, and then the lights that are on the down at the area where you'll be, can be tied into all of it.
I did those too.
Yep, it's just, it's nuts. So shout out to Musco, MPW, and everybody that helps with all that. And I would be remiss if we didn't mention Rich Climbs and the Parks Department in this stuff, because they do a tremendous job, their entire team, of helping people put on great events.
Absolutely.
And they, without fail, do a great job. Like, you always have everything you need. They're always there willing to help. They'll give you some ideas, things they've seen go well, things that are not. You know, you have a pre-event meeting. And, you know, with events like this, you know how it is, like, you never know exactly what you're going to get.
Never know.
Like, it's just like this big roll of the dice. There could be 1,000, there could be 4, there could be, like, when we started the stroll, like, the biggest one had been, like, you know, a little bit in, like, a long time. And then all of a sudden there was, like, 5,000, 6,000 people plus there. And we're all going, whoa.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and then, like, the second year it got even bigger. And then we went from, like, 10 partners and vendors to, like, 40-some. And then we didn't think about this. They all were giving out more food and stuff. Yeah. Calvary came down and was giving out like hot dogs and popcorn and like all this stuff. There was more trash than, like, we didn't realize like how much more trash, like, and so, but we got it all cleaned up. And but like this year we've got plans in place to handle.
It's the things you don't think about, and that until you, and I'm sure you feel the same way. I personally will never walk into an event ever again and look at it the same. Because normally it's like you used to just go to a concert, you used to go to, you know, a food festival or something and just, oh, I'm here to eat. Now I'm here and every single element that's in that park that day represents hours of work. And one of the things, like you said, Rich and his team, we have systems in place as a company, as Food Truck Fight as a whole, that are in place because of some of the groundwork that Rich and his team have laid for us. And so, Rich, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, awesome. On that note, again, thank you for swinging down.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Of course, anytime. And we'll make sure that we've got all that info out and people can find it.
Perfect.
But again, it's not that hard. Go down to the riverfront next Saturday. You'll find it. So
foodtruckfight.com. Everything you need is going to be on the website.
It is. Well, thank you again for coming down, Muscatine. We will see you tomorrow night live from Iowa City West, somewhere around 7 o'clock, assuming everybody stays on schedule. Until then, remember to attack today with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. Have a good one.
Thanks, Muscatine.